Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Husqvarna 576 XP. Customer complaint is that the felling dog fell off. So we're going to take a look at what he's got going on here. First thing we're going to do is debar it, and we'll take a closer look at what's going on. We got our donor saw here, so we got another felling dog, and theoretically a couple of screws. But if you stay tuned here, you'll see why those screws aren't going to work for this application. Okay, we had the big hammer out and we flattened this felling dog. It was bent. I don't know how or why, but it was bent, so we fixed it, right? Now look at this stuff that's coming out of the hole here. It looks like soft epoxy. Maybe it wasn't mixed right. I don't know what it is. But it's got to come out of there, so we'll clean that out best we can, and then we'll move on with putting a thread insert in this hole. You know, I'm not saying I'm a machinist or anything like that. I just play one on YouTube. But not all of this kind of machinist work is enjoyable, you know. Like drilling a large hole is boring, but fastening two pieces of steel together is riveting. So we have our M5 helicoil insert, and we're going to drill the case out for the tap for this insert. Now, if you're paying close attention, you would have noticed that that bit went in there a good quarter of an inch or so before it even caught any metal and started drilling. And when I drop the tap in there, it goes down quite a ways before it's going to even start making any threads. So I'm a little concerned about that. You know, making holes isn't something I'm unfamiliar with. I used to have a job at a theater cutting holes and making trapdoors in the theater. But that was just a stage I was going through. Alright, back to business. It looks like I'm putting away the M5 tools. I have decided that that's just not going to work. So that's change order 1. Now we're going to move to M6, which means we have to re-drill the hole, re-tap the hole, and get it ready to bolt the felling dog on. This bit is really grabby. It made short work of pulling that aluminum out of there. Did you hear about the guy that was wearing sunglasses at night and he fell into a hole in the ground? He couldn't see that well. And he fell in the well. Alright. M6 tap. And these things go in pretty easy. You can use a wrench if you want. I found that using this, what do they call it, a palm ratchet, I can keep it straighter when I get started. Instead of using a ratchet where you're kind of wobbly, trying to make the hole straight, this works pretty good. And if I need to torque on it now after I get in there a little bit deeper, I'm already straight, so I can put a ratchet on there and torque on it if I had to. And we'll back it out of here and we'll clean things up a little bit. Why did the golfer bring an extra pair of pants? In case you got a hole in one. Okay, we need to clean the hole out really good because we had some oil in there. And we're going to be using some red Loctite on this to hold the threads in place. So I want to make sure it's clean. We'll get our M6 helicoil, load it on the insertion tool, get some red Loctite on there and thread it into the hole. We're going to be generous with the Loctite. What holds clouds together? Bolts of lightning, of course. Okay, we got our insert in place. We're going to clean our insertion tool, get that red Loctite off of there. Otherwise that thing will be a big mess next time we need it. So what have we got now? Theoretically, an M6 bolt on the bottom and an M5 on the top. We're going to drill the felling dog out to accept the M6 bolt. I probably should have stuck that in the vise, but it didn't bite me, so I got away with it. Things don't look exactly right, so we're going to grab the hammer and whack it a couple more times. 8 more times to be precise. Alright, we're going to clean our bolt and put some red Loctite on it. I don't want this thing coming apart. Okay, we're going to run this bolt down at least part of the way. I wasn't really thinking this through when I grabbed this standard hex head bolt. That head's too big on there, and I'll never be able to get a socket on that bolt and clear the side of the crankcase. So that was just a big mistake on my part. I should have grabbed an Allen head cap screw. So we're going to look for one now. So a robot walks into a bar. Bartender says, "What do you have?" Robot says, "It's been a long day. I need to loosen up. How about a screwdriver?" So this bolt right there, oh, I think I went too far. I could kind of feel that I went too far. I didn't want to believe that I went too far. So I just moved to the other bolt. But you'll see in a minute, it's quite obvious I went too far. Let's run this one down as far as we can. That went in there nice and tight. That's cranked down there really decent. If I knew I was going to leave it like that, I'd be really happy. Just like that, it stripped. It only had to go another 1/8 of a turn and it's stripped. So guess what we're going to do? Pull the first bolt back out. Drill the second hole to 6mm like we did the first one. So, what was that, change number 4? If you're doing these jobs, you need to do it by time and material, because if you just got a set price for running a helicoil in a hole, you're going to lose money. Alright, the steps are the same for this hole. Drill, tap, put the insert in. So one drill bit says to the other drill bit, Hey, how's it going? You look a little dull. And the second drill bit says, yeah, I've been going through a lot of stuff. This is assuming the drill bits can talk to each other. So we had to take that first bolt out again, dang it. Then we had to drill the felling dog bigger for the bigger bolt on the other hole. And guess what? There must be a burr or something hanging up on there, so change 5, pull it back apart, clean the hole back up. It's an unfortunate situation, but you got to do what you got to do to get the job done, right? So how did the dentist become a brain surgeon? The drill slipped. Alright, that's all I got for you on the 576 XP felling dog screw thread replacement. Thanks for watching. Later.